Hey everybody, this is Peter Palmiotti of WEAPONIZED Studios, and this is Making Comics and Art episode, 189, I believe. I thought Alison would be joining me today, but I appear to be alone. So I'll just roll with it. Hope everyone is doing good. This is unusual, it's like typically we've been doing this Monday through Friday. But I just wanted to get, make a few points in today's episode. um, and yeah, so I couldn't wait for Monday, but I need to set up the streams. I got guests Tuesday through Friday, I believe. Not everybody is 4 p.m. as we typically do this, and today's a little early as well. I think they're later in the evenings. Got a bunch of people, but yeah, so it'll be fun. Hey, Ronnie, otherwise known as Crimson Owl Comics, welcome. Yeah, so is this a little? This isn't printed that dark, but you can basically see it. You can go in a little closer. So this is Wildcat. Wildcat, Wildcat anthology that I'm doing for Brian. And okay, so I threw a couple links before I get into the topic. I threw a couple links down below. One is for Ballad's Celestials, which is almost reached its goal. I believe it's $55 away from reaching its goal. So that's really exciting. I did a couple of covers for them. Another link down below is, and you have to go all the way below the video, is Smokes the Fox and Weaponized Werewolf. And that's, I'm chugging along. It's like 44% there, something like that. So I'm, getting towards 50% funded. Thank you. The pencils are Abel Parsons for those that haven't been following along. And I'll show off the whole thing. This is page 6. And actually, all this time I thought it was an 8-page story, but Abel sent me all the pencils. He finished penciling the story. And it's apparently 9 pages, so I hope Brian is okay with that. And in fact, Allison's going to be doing lettering and gray tones on it. I tossed her the first 3 pages maybe a week ago, so hopefully she's started on that, and I'll touch base with her soon to see what is what. But yeah, so there is a sign up link down below, so if you want to get notice when this project goes live on Indiegogo, go check it out. Hey, Shadowhawk Banks. Welcome. Good to see you here, man. Oh, I should mention, since I just heard her, one of my fosters, Rana, had to go to the vet yesterday. Apparently, she's she's had ear mites and had to go get that fixed. But because of it, she's been a little crazed, and she had a her bone sticking out of her tail, which freaked me the hell out. Um, and we thought we may have to do surgery and all that, but they just gave her a local anesthetic and took care of that. And a lot of apparently patches on her body. So now she looks a little bit Frankenstein. Um, and that's not the worst of it. How she looks is okay. She'll heal up and her fur will grow back and all that. Um, but she's currently in heat. Um, and I'm gonna have to get her fixed. Um, and I hear it's better to get her fixed when she's not in heat. So I'll wait a little bit, but I think sooner is later. Sooner is better than later, because I do get a discount knowing some people in the cat community. Um, but I can't wait any longer. Uh, if she wakes up, you might get an earful. She is not sounding happy at all lately. Um, so I need to get her fixed, and possibly I might have to get her one of those cones because I think she's attacking where they sort of shaved her and addressed some of the patches on her body, and she's just not a happy camper. Uh, so poor Rana. Wish Rana well. Let's see. Oh, excellent. Just signed up. Yeah, poor thing. Um, luckily today, like she just got back yesterday early afternoon, and so the afternoon and evening were not fun for anyone. Um, but she's mostly been sleeping today, which is good. So she'll heal quicker and all that. But it's just one of those things, just the ear mites have been attacking her like hell, and yeah. But yeah, so like the topic of today, that I wanted to, I don't know if it will be a full blown rant. I kind of promoted it that way, but it has a lot to do with society today and different things. But one of the first things I want to address, um, that's adjacent, is like the way people, well, the rant has everything to do with the way people promote comics, specifically independent comics, you know, um, and uh, I saw a YouTube thumbnail cover uh, that insisted like don't promote your comic, promote yourself. And I was like, no, that's kind of wrong. from my point of view. And it's like everybody has their own point of views, and point of views change, and opinions, and all that jazz. My opinions certainly change, but this is just my my point of view at the moment. But yes, somebody was saying, yeah, like promote yourself, not your book. And I guess that's good in some cases. Like, if you're a really outstanding person, it might do you good. Um, but the way I think about it is like, you know, it's almost like a first date in that sense. Um, and yeah, promote yourself, and I'll pick up an issue of your comic, maybe. Um, but that doesn't guarantee I'll, like if it's a series, that doesn't guarantee I'll continue to pick it up. If I like you, in fact, if I like you and not the book, I most surely will not pick up the series. Um, but I'll say hi to you when I see you on the street. um, but yeah, this has to do with the way people have been promoting their books, which is a reflection on today's society in many ways. Um, like people have been going on and on about Marvel and DC, like within the independent comic creators, community and all that. And like I'm not saying I 100% disagree with some of it, a lot of it, whatever. But it just rubs me the wrong way. Like, don't be putting down other books, other creators, or specifically what I hear a lot is Marvel and DC. It's like, they're huge companies. Like they don't always hit books out of the park. This is absolutely true. They're a freaking machine. Their disadvantage as opposed to our advantage. It's like I don't know any independent creators doing monthly books. So, Marvel and DC are churning out, I don't really know, I haven't kept track lately, but 70 books a month, whatever it is. And trades and above and beyond that. And meanwhile, independent creators are like, they spend a year on a book and make sure everything is as good as possible and so forth. And so then when independent creators put down Marvel and DC, to me it's not doing them any favors. um which is where I got the title. Like, we're great because they suck. It's easy to point out the faults of others. Um, damn bots, get off my channel. Um, and it doesn't necessarily make put creators in a good light by them trashing other things. It's like I don't see that as much, and maybe because I'm in the comic making community and not in the music world or not in the film industry or whatever. Like, it's like, when's the last time you saw a movie trailer which said, like, our movie's great and all these other movies that you could possibly go see this weekend suck? That's never the case. um Jay. So so this is what it's about. And DC Secretary is why I went indie. Doesn't mean I give indie a free pass. Yeah, nobody gets a free pass, but you know, it's like I try to be positive, you know, as often as possible, you know, both in my life and in how I put things out there. And um, you know, really what I want to see is um, I want to see independent comics at new heights. And I want all of us to succeed. And, you know, I want the industry as a whole to thrive. And I just think that, you know, it's like we can get there, you know, just by being a more positive thing from you know, like readers. Not every reader is also a comic creator, which is fine. You know, it's like not everybody who reads a book also writes books. But yeah, it's like I just think we should definitely stop bashing anyone out there. Like, look, there's definitely things that are working in the industry and things that are not working in the industry, and yada yada yada. Let's see. Shadowhawk says, "Oh well, Crimson. I don't bash them. I just don't buy them." There you go. Okay, I missed a lot of comments. Here we go. It's more about the mainstream content than the quality of the books for me, and just not interested in anything Mall and DC are doing. You know, it's like I tried in the 90s. You know, it's like I've been reading comics most of my life. There are times when I go off comics and come back and whatnot, but for the most part, I've read them consistently throughout my life. And I was originally a Marvel fan of everything Marvel, but you know, I also read independent way back when I was young too. And yeah, Marvel and DC lost it for me somewhere in the 90s, and I dabbled like in the early 2000s, and you know, every time I've gone back, it was like, nah, this isn't working. And I've seen Marvel and DC work from the inside, and I know their system, and you know, I know how things work, and they're not going to get me back. I'm done. It's like I know where the good issues of the characters I love are, and that's both, you know, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and you know, somewhat in the 90s. But they lost track a long time ago, in my opinion. See, Crimson Owl says, yeah, we should all be, if it's lifting up each other instead of bashing, because we're all doing something that we fell in love with as kids and don't want to give it up. Exactly. Instead of bashing each other, we should all be uplifting each other. We're all doing something that we've. Wait, is that a repeat? It sounds similar. Okay. And I got that one before. Okay. EJB, welcome, welcome. I agree. Just read and support what you like. Absolutely. Hey, Rick Sicker. Hell, buddy. I always loved the DC characters, always will, but I stopped reading them consistently in 2007, picking up only occasional issues since. Then in the 2010s, I figured maybe I'd try more. And you know what I saw? Superior Spider-Man. Nope. Yeah, I didn't even read that. Is there something I don't like? I don't read it. I just don't read it. If someone else likes it, that's cool. There's room enough for all kinds of material. Yeah, that's, I mean, in my opinion, like, fans don't have endless pockets, like, and there's, you hear the argument, oh, there's video games now, and there's, people, kids more consumed with cell phones and blah 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 and this and that. There's always going to be something else outside of comics for people to be occupied with, but I believe, you know, I always believe there's enough fans. Like, as a independent creator, I don't need to sell 50,000 copies of my book to succeed. You know, I just, like a couple hundred, it's like back in 2000, I think 2,000 copies sold was a great number. That's probably still the case. It's like I'm not sure what successful creators or numbers are now, right currently. And I'm sure like my number will be different from other creators. But I'll know more and more about that as I go. And just a quick update, like I'm still struggling through my schedule, trying to catch up on various things. This short story being one of them. When I get this done and a couple covers I got to finish off, and also I'll have another short story to finish off. But I'm already diving into the graphic novel. I'm supposed to be inking, and I'll be getting into sort of pushing retro forward this coming week. So there's just a quick, vague update for anybody interested in retro and what's happening with all that. I'll definitely give more of an update on the 1st, which isn't too far away actually, since February is a short month. But yeah, mostly this rant, this episode, is that there's enough fans for everybody, and not every fan is going to love every book. But yeah, in my opinion, like the quality of the book is not based off the creator's personality. This is new. Internet and getting to know the creators behind books and all that. To me, growing up before all that, it was never about the personality of the creators. It was never about what kind of clothes they wore, or kind of house they lived in, or what kind of car they drove, and which for most people that's not the case. But I'm saying, like, we have this opportunity through YouTube to get to know creators better now, and still doesn't sell a book for me. Like, it's like I really, I haven't had much time in a long time to read anything, and I have stacks and stacks of books. And maybe I read one thing a month, but I plan to gain control of my schedule where I can read more, because I'm freaking miss reading, and I have a bookshelf full of books I want to read. And it's like I contributed to, I don't know, let's say 30 books on crowdfunders last year, just to throw out a number. I know it was a lot. I know it was more than I could afford. But I want to support people. I want to, I want this industry to thrive, and hopefully be a positive spokesperson for all that. So let's see, what did I do? Okay, right. So here we are. Just something I don't like. Yeah, there's enough. I thought I was getting more comments. Okay. But yeah, this whole mentality of like, oh, like Marvel's doing it wrong or DC's doing it wrong. Well, like they're a big company. Like they could afford to fail more often than not. Indie creators, the stakes are much, much higher. Like if the individual indie creator fails on one book, then word of mouth could crush their career, as opposed to Marvel and DC. Like, trust me, they've failed thousands and thousands and thousands of times with bad books year after year after year after year. But, they've been still coming out in stores and, back in the old day, newspaper stands and bookstores, and like their books are in the public eye more than we might ever be. And so it's an easy sell. Kids love bright, shiny things, and oh, mom, dad, buy me Marvel DC, because they recognize the characters from Saturday morning cartoons or the movies in the theaters, or like the bed sheets that they wear and whatnot. Like, I don't know about you, but my character doesn't have a movie yet. My character doesn't have a video game yet. My character doesn't have underwear or bed sheets or um, goddamn bots. Get off my channel. No problem, Ronnie. Have a great day. Sorry I have to leave, Peter. I got to get back to work, but keep up with all great work and have a good day, my friend. Absolutely, buddy. You too. Everybody in the chat, you have a great day as well. Chats, yes. Hello. But yeah, so that's the essence of my rant. I hate when creators, it's like, I don't know if they feel the need to put down what Marvel and DC are doing, because like they don't have an endless budget, but they have, a bigger budget than we'll ever have. DC is run by AT&T now. It's like they're freaking huge, and it's, they have all the company to back everything that they do, as well as decades of just being in the public eye. Us newcomers and small creators, even some of the bigger ones, like, we can't fail often. We are our own spokespeople. And I just, I'm just cutting out my own little piece of the pie. Um, and you know, I'll deliver. And once I do, you know, like whether I have enough fans or not, will remains to be seen. Um, but I plan to do this for years and years to come. And, but I do need the support. Just like any other independent creator out there, and it's a lot of work. It's not only just being in the public eye on socials and, here on YouTube. And, it's like everybody knows I'm on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. Facebook, I've been there since the beginning. Twitter, pretty much. It's like I made a post on Facebook saying, like, kind of shorthand, but it's essentially remembering, like, I've been on Facebook forever, and it used to be so much easier for any of my posts to not blow up. Like, there's definitely other people that their posts blow up much more than mine, um but the traffic I'm getting now, as opposed to even 2 years ago, you know it was a heck of a lot more. But it's a lot of work for us to put these books together. It's a lot of work to remain in the public eye and out there for potential fans and whatnot. Like, I mentioned Smokes the Fox. I did a pinup in that. Will be probably inside the front cover, which I'm very proud of. It's a really nice piece. And I hope that book succeeds. It's like inching towards 50% funded. Um, and I know Justin, the guy behind it, is sweating a little bit. It's like he's hired top tier people, not only myself, um, but top names, that like recognizable names in the industry, in hopes that he can really begin his company with a great piece of work. But and he's been on show after show after show. And, it's uphill climb for all of us. But I definitely don't believe that putting down not only Mullen DC but other creators is not the way to go. Like, it should just be about what is your journey. What is your particular journey? I'm trying to follow in the footsteps of a lot of the master comic makers that came before me. I'm a lot older than a lot of you in my audience. So, it's like I really I want to do quality books and quality stories and quality art. And I know a little bit about how this game is played, and it's definitely taken me a lot longer because I don't believe in rushing. And I'm definitely learning multiple things as I go. And there's Mo Biggs. Welcome, welcome. First of all, certainly getting a lot of bots today. Goddamn bastards. Smokes looks great. Backed it the other night. Awesome. Great to hear. Exactly, Peter. Putting down the other creators is my job. Stick to creating. Hilarious. Yes, we all have our individual jobs. Good to see you here, Mo. You're always entertaining. But yeah, man, it's like one of the things I mentioned probably the last stream is that I really want to put together a list of what's out there that has my work in it and what's coming up and all that. And also I want to make it something that I can drop here for you to check out visually. Let's see. One thing I can show you right now is I'm part of a Twitter group. You know, most of you don't know the people I interact with on a regular basis, but Genesis Crew start something. The link for Genesis Crew was it the tree link tree. The link tree for Genesis Crew is in my video description box. So there are a bunch of us in that link tree, not all of us. I believe maybe there's like 8 of us linked there, but there's 18 of us all together. So we get more names to add to it. But Genesis Crew is a bunch of creators, you know, individual creators supporting each other. We do a Friday stream 7 p.m. Eastern on Telepathic Bunny Comics channel. That's the love stream every Friday night. Yeah, we're just a bunch of individual creators supporting each other and also helping each other along the way. And you can go check them out. Justin, who does smokes, is one of them. And there's Aaron, who has a book, I believe, coming to Kickstarter soon. He just released his first issue. Yeah, there's a bunch of us. Just Crew sounds like a rejected concept pitch. Yeah, it's after Peter Gabriel left. It became the Crew. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's like I have so many different circles of friends. But yeah, my schedule, as most people know, my schedule definitely spiraled out of control last year, and I'm still trying to get on top of it. And so, yeah, I think by next month, things will be reasonably okay again, and I can actually have normal days, and be caught up. But yeah, it's like I do have a lot of cover work I've done for various projects, as I was sort of mentioning a moment ago. Like Mavericks is one, Tragedy is another one, and I want to put together a definitive list where, you know, if you really want to support me and my work and where my work shows up on, I definitely want to make it easiest for you. So start putting that together. But yeah, it's like, you know, if you're here and you want to support other independent creators, that you feel maybe haven't gotten seen around, throw their name. You know, you can't. Not everybody here can throw links out. I forget if I made Mo a wrench or not. But you could definitely throw down some names and titles of books. You know, we should all be supporting each other. It's definitely something I love seeing more and more of. You know, which is what, you know, we're all streaming, we're all having guests on. Definitely, like, you know, Global Frequency, where I see Mo the most on their channel. Definitely have, they're usually live at least 3 times a week, and they do interviews, well thought out, researched interviews, as opposed to the way I do them, which is off the cuff. A whole lot of times. But yeah, Aaron, otherwise known as Nefarious, does his research and is a smart dude. I'm just a you know, a Brooklyn kid, so what do I know? So Shadow Hawk says, my ears hurt just thinking about it. The Genesis crew rejected concept tour pitch. Mo says, I'm not a wrench, or have put that butt out of its misery. Well, I'll have to go into my YouTube and make a wrench, and everybody's saying hello. Hello, hello, hello. A decided lack of blue in this chat. I will definitely change that. I mean, I think I wrenched 20 people, but you know, none of them are here at the moment, so my bad. And I can't do it when I'm live, and my co-host isn't here today, so all that jazz. But yeah, I want to see, like, who are you excited about? What books? What creators? Um, you know, if you're working on anything, or if you want to promote anything, just drop it in a chat right now. You know, I'll be here another 15 minutes or so. So about an hour length of show. But yeah, it's like when I thought of this title and this topic, I definitely, you know how you definitely think of things right off the bat, and I think I've forgotten most of what I went to rant about. Other than, you know, it's like I really want to see more of a positive industry going forward. You know, we should be supporting all publishers and all comics, and you know, and definitely us first, because you know we need the promotion more than anyone. You know, we don't have big companies that own us that are doing Super Bowl ads. You know, I'm not saying that Mall and DC are doing Super Bowl ads, but they could afford it. You know, I mean, there was probably a Doctor Strange trailer for the Super Bowl, I would think. I am sure. Which looks fantastic, by the way. I'm still, you know, I still love Marvel characters, and I definitely, you know, like, the big thing for me now is their movies and their Disney Plus shows are fun to get into. You know, not everyone is a top thriller, but I've enjoyed most of what they've done. I look forward to Doctor Strange. I look forward to was it Moon Knight? I was a Moon Knight fan back in the day when Bill Sienkiewicz was doing that. Yo, Pops. Um, oh, okay. Let's see. What did I miss? P says, F it. We'll do it live. Here he is. Pops. Pops Van Zandt. The Madness Network. Welcome, Pops. Positivity in this industry? Okay, here we go. Here's somebody with some names. Brent Cantrell's Fenbat is coming soon. Doc Blaylock's Foul Blood and Mud looks to be cool. Jason Bascom's Absolute Book 2 is ending soon. Jump on that one. I can go on for a bit. And me personally, I probably mispronounced every name there, but go check them out, everybody. Doc Blaylock is definitely a name I recognize, so I will look that up. Mo says, yeah, Ballad of Celestials is only $55 away from funding, so get on that. Like I said earlier, the links for that and a couple of other things are down below. You could sign up to the book I'm working on right now, which is this will be part of the Wildcat anthology. Ballad of Celestials link is down there, and Smokes the Fox and Weaponized Werewolf link is down below as well. Hope they don't destroy Morbius. I've been waiting a couple of years for that one. Yeah, we'll see. From what I gather from the trailer, because trailers can definitely be misleading, but it looks like it checks all the boxes of what it should be. Though it doesn't get me excited yet, so maybe there's a better trailer coming for it soon. We'll see. Absolute Book 2. Awesome. Terror in the Trenches looks amazing. I've seen, the artwork to that and the trailer to that looks amazing. Metal Shade, that's new to me. Zero. Cool. Raggedy War is Shelby Robinson. His work is phenomenal. Love his work, love his style, and he's definitely putting out great work. Yeah, as I just said, Shelby Robinson is amazing. And Smokes Fox looks cool. Yeah, and if you're a 420 friend, it's definitely the book for you. It's a pot smoking, a motorcycle riding, fox human hybrid with aliens and other things going on, and Weaponized Werewolf is tied into that whole story. You can read each individually or you can read them both together. But Mike Barron is the writer for both of those titles. Lee Oakes is the artist on Fox, and my old buddy Barry McLean is the art penciler on Weaponized Werewolf, and Rodney Ramos is inking both. So definitely some recognizable names and quality work. Both have some fantastic covers. Weaponized Werewolf has a fantastic Tim visual cover. And Fox has a Don Perlin Bob Layton cover, my old two bosses up at Valiant when I was there. So that's pretty darn cool. Yeah, Justin always comments like he got Don Perlin out of semi-retirement just to do a cover. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm jumping around if anybody's actually watching me work. Metal Shade is a non-CG book done by Isaac Bell. Definitely an amazing artist, well worth checking out. Right now, his campaign is on Kickstarter, over 25K, coming soon to IGG. Oh, awesome. Metal Shade. I'll definitely check that out. I love seeing all the recommendations. Pretty awesome. I'm also glad that my cat hasn't yet awoken. I was saying earlier that I had to take it to the vet the other day, and it turns out she had ear mites, and like they shaved a lot of parts of her body, and she has open sores, as well as she had a bone fragment sticking out of her tail, so she had her tail clipped. Poor girl is not doing well. She's in heat, and I'm gonna have to get her fixed, definitely. And it's gonna have to come out of my pocket, like I have cat connections where I can get cats fixed, but I just have to wait. But we've waited too long, and she's highly uncomfortable. So as soon as she's out of heat, which she's usually in heat for a week, and I forget which day that started. But I'm gonna have to put stupid amount of money towards getting her fixed because it must be done. Because I work in comics. I'm not a rich guy, and this is one of my foster cats. Which I hope to either get her to one of the cat sanctuaries or to a forever home. She's such a sweet cat too, and one of the bad things about having foster cats for me is that I fall in love with them. I'm just a sucker. I'm a sucker for cats. Let's see. Shadowhawk says, glad he's going to Indiegogo. I definitely check it out. He's got a YouTube channel with some cool vids worth subbing to. Oh, awesome. So, yeah, Isaac Bell. I'll definitely go check him out. Worth it. So, yeah, if you're if you're just catching the end of my video, this is a page from Wildcat anthology story. There's 6 different teams of creators. My team is Lucifer Storm on writing, Abel Parsons on pencils, my inks, and my typically co-star. She'll be doing the lettering and the gray tones. And actually, it's like I'm not even sure. I know some of the other people involved. I'm not sure who's doing what. We got our own little Facebook private group, but I haven't seen a list of what exactly everybody else is doing. I know some people might just be doing a pinup or whatever. But the sign up to that is down below in my video description box. Also, become a patron. If you really want to support me and my work and all that I do, all that I try to do for myself and other independent creators out there, then become a patron for $1 or more. You know, it's like eventually I'll get back to doing stuff there. But it's more just, you know, it's just for support. You know, it's like most of the people that are my patrons currently are just there doing it because they don't want anything. So that's always a blessing. And why am I saying blessing? I'm not religious. Not really. Hey, Apex Comics Group. Or Apex Comics with an X. Fembot, coming soon. Shadow Backs, my pleasure. I've been working on Isaac to get over here on Indigo for over a year now. Is that how you pronounce his name? Isaac? Is it Isaac? Just spelled differently? No, I'm horrible at pronouncing other people's names. Everybody gets my name wrong. Not my first name, obviously, Peter. But Palmiotti. It's Palmiotti. There are a few ways of pronouncing it, really, but it's mostly what people understand. I definitely don't have a real Italian accent. You know, I've been told I have a very New York, Brooklyn accent because, hey, that's where I'm from. But yeah, thanks for coming today. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for dropping some cool projects and creators, and you know, always love to see that. And hopefully everybody watching this later will definitely give them a gander as well. If you haven't already, give this video a like and stuff and things. Share it out to your friends. Let people know. If you're an independent creator out there, I want to have your back, just like Shadowhawk. And just like Mo Briggs. And everybody else, Rick Sayer and Jay, the real Queen. But yeah, I'm gonna stop it at exactly 1 hour. So it's coming up in 2 minutes. I'll get more done on this. I got to cover to finish off tonight. And I got to get me something to eat, and I got to play with kitties because you can't have cats and not play with them. They turn on you. Trust me, I know this. Isaac. Okay. It's spelled differently. Awesome. Apex says, we all know that Apex Comic Group is a Disney company, you know, and the Apex name in the 90s now. Well, comic book cousins, yes. Mariano. Great inking. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, Apex Comics Group, who I'm doing the graphic novel for. Not the Apex here, but the other one. But yeah, thank you again for everybody for joining, hang out with me, watching me make some progress on this page of Wildcat.